dust on my laptop screen. If you can't get over that, just stop watching now. Well, here's what I'm going to preamble this with. I know that there are some of y'all out there. I know my audience. I know that some of y'all out there think I'm, quote, soft on the, quote, JQ. I don't think that's true. If that were true, I wouldn't be on the hate list of both the ADL and the SPLC. If if I were truly soft on this particular matter, I think I'm pretty hip on this stuff. I may not come to the same conclusions as some of you, um, and I still think that everybody's a person. Everybody has a right to be judged, based on on an individual basis, not on their ethnicity. But if I were truly soft on the JQ, like I said, those particular worthy organizations, the ADL and the SPLC, wouldn't have mentioned me directly by name as a naughty boy. So that said, I'm really trying to understand this. Now I'm going to show. This is from Memology 101. It's his video or their video, whoever runs that YouTube channel. I'll link it below. But this is crazy what you're about to see. I don't know what to make of it, and I'm going to freeze it from time to time. People always complain, why don't you just let it run? Why you keep interrupting? I mean, if you want to watch it uninterrupted, just watch Memology's video. But that's not the purpose here. The purpose here is for me to comment on it. So here we go. This was yesterday.
Dr. Kornbluth, at MIT, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate MIT's code of conduct or rules regarding bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
You've targeted at individuals, not making public statements.
Yes or no? Calling for the genocide of Jews does not constitute bullying and harassment?
I have not heard calling for the genocide for Jews on our campus.
But you've heard chants for intifada.
I've heard chants, which can be anti-Semitic depending on the context, when calling for the elimination of the Jewish people.
So those would not be according to the MIT's code of conduct or rules?
That would be...
Look, lady, this is the university president of MIT, the august MIT, Ivy League College, MIT. She's asked a direct question, a softball question, about people who call for the genocide of the Jews. Are they guilty of harassment? How do you not say yes? Yes, of course. Yes, that violates our policy. Saying that an entire group of people of a particular ethnicity ought to be wiped out. Yes, that's harassment. Yes, that's hate speech. If I don't know, I don't like those Orwellian terms, but it's definitely harassment, is it not? It's definitely not something that you should tolerate, right? Whatever group you're talking about. Here it just happens to be the Jays, and this is what she says. She gives this weaselly answer. She's like, well, it depends on the context and
severe.
Ms. McGill, at Penn, does calling...
All right, so that's the MIT president's answer to the direct question. Does calling for the genocide of the Jews constitute harassment? She can't give a direct answer. She can't just say, yes, absolutely. And let's see what Penn State's august president, how she, these are all women, of course, only women are fit to be college, prestigious college presidents these days. But
Did the genocide of Jews violate Penn's rules or code of conduct? Yes or no?
yes.
If the speech turns into conduct, it can be harassment. Yes.
God, look at that! Look at that weaselly expression on her face. Look at that shit-eating grin. I can't stand these people. You know, these. I mean, obviously, they're evading the question. It's amazing that they're evading this question. But I hate these kinds of things where they can't answer, where they will not answer a direct question. It just drives me crazy because these are disingenuous people. And that's one of my pet peeves, is when people just are dishonest. But it's wild what they're hemming and hawing about. This is a question that I would think would just be, there'd be no ambiguity whatsoever. But okay, continuing.
I am asking, specifically calling for the genocide of Jews.
She asks
Does
again.
that constitute bullying or harassment?
If it is directed and severe or pervasive, it is harassment.
So
What?
the answer is yes.
It is a context-dependent decision.
God. Context dependent? Really? If it's pervasive? Okay, so if somebody says it once, then it's not really a bad thing. Kill all the Jews. If somebody says that once, then there's nothing wrong with that, because it hasn't risen to the level of being pervasive. And it depends on the context. I mean, I guess the only, you could say, if it depends on the context, if somebody is saying it ironically, or if somebody is saying it, as part of a bit, or something like that, or saying it like I just said it, as an example. But that's not what she means here. I mean, what is going on? And next we got the Harvard lady, who I'm sure is the smartest person ever, because she's the president of Harvard, which is like the highest, the most prestigious college in all the world. So let's just see how intelligent she sounds in answer to this very simple question that's put to her.
Congresswoman.
It's a context-dependent decision. That's your testimony today. Calling for the genocide of Jews is depending upon the context. That is not bullying or harassment. This is the easiest question to answer yes, Ms. McGill.
Yes, she's right.
So is your testimony that you will not answer yes?
If it is, if the
Yes
speech,
or no?
Get that
if the speech
stupid
becomes
shitting
conduct,
grin off your face.
it can be harassment. Yes.
Conduct meaning committing the act of genocide? The speech is not harassment? This is unacceptable, Ms. McGill. I'm going to give you one more opportunity for the world to see your answer. Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Penn's code of conduct when it comes to bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
It can be harassment.
Oh
The
my
answer
God.
is yes. And Dr. Gay, at Harvard, does calling for the
Dr. Gay, you're so gay. And your answer is going to be really, really gay. Let's hear it.
genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
It can be, depending on the context.
What's the context?
Targeted as an individual. Targeted at an individual.
It's targeted at Jewish students, Jewish individuals. Do you understand your testimony is dehumanizing them? Do you understand that dehumanization is part of anti-Semitism? I will ask you one more time. Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric. When
And is it anti-Semitic rhetoric?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric, when it crosses into conduct that amounts to bullying, harassment, intimidation, that is actionable conduct, and we do take action.
God. I'm speechless, because I don't know what to make of all this. Now, like, of course, you know me. I'm not a Ben Shapiro. I'm not any criticism of Israel is veiled anti-Semitism kind of guy. I don't think that at all. And as far as what Israel is doing, what the Israeli army or military is doing in Gaza right now, I think it's completely abominable, and I'm horrified by it. But this, what is going on? Why are Jews now being talked about like university, administration usually talks about white people? Jews are being talked about like they're white people now. It's like, anything against any minority group. We're not going to tolerate that. But if somebody uses clear hate speech against or violence or incites violence against white people, well, that depends on the context. You could see them doing something like that because we know they hold those kinds of double standards against white people. But what's really wild about this is seeing these same people, these clowns who are look at her, Dr. Claudine Gay. She's the most, she definitely, I'm sure she deserves the post that she's holding right now. I'm sure nothing political at all has resulted in her being the president of Harvard University. And these two other dingbats for MIT and Penn. The top three of the supposedly top colleges in the land. And they're hemming and hawing. They won't give a simple answer to a simple question. And this is crazy. What is this? What does this mean? That what does it mean that they will not condemn people who incite Jewish genocide? They're given that direct question. Look, you can feel however you want to about that ethnicity, but this is just nuts. Again, this is not about the question was not, do you condemn people who are against Israel? Do you condemn people who are marching against what Israel is doing in Gaza? It's not any veiled kind of question. There's nothing disingenuous about the way the question is phrased at all. But their answers are, why are they answering the way that they're answering? Would somebody please, I really would like to know what's going on, because this is genuinely shocking. I would not have expected this in a million years. I know that college, there's lots of protests on college campuses right now. Pro-Palestinian protests, protests against what Israel is doing in Palestine, in Gaza right now, and I get that. But why are they answering that it's not harassment? That there's no problem, that it all depends on the context when it comes to saying that or calling for the genocide of an entire ethnic group of people. What is going on here, Dr. Claudine Gay? What is going on? Sorry to sound like Tucker Carlson there. That's my Tucker Carlson imitation. I was doing it without even thinking about it. Wow, just wow. Anyway, somebody please tell me, somebody smarter than me, somebody with greater insight than I have, please tell me what's going on here. What accounts for this? Why are they saying these things? Why are these kinds of people, college, university presidents, saying these kinds of things now? I really want to know. Thank you for watching.